Hey everybody, Pastor Frank coming to you again from Sarum College here in Salisbury, right across the street from one of the world's great cathedrals, Salisbury Cathedral. I've been over there twice this week so far for different worship experiences. One was the other night. It was a service called Evensong, which is literally singing in the evening, evensong, and it was led by a group of a choir of young girls who were probably, 10 to 12 or so, and there were about 20 of them, and they just did an amazing job for about 20 minutes singing the Psalms, and it was just absolutely glorious. It was wonderful. And then this morning, the group of pilgrims, we all went across the street again to the cathedral where we had communion together in an Anglican service, and so we were all around the table. We all drank from the same chalice. It was real wine, and it was just gorgeous. It's amazing to participate in a tradition that's not our own, in a worship space that's not our own, and it's just a glorious thing. And I want to talk to you a little bit about worship today because it's Saturday, and maybe you're making plans to go to worship tomorrow, or maybe you already know where you're going to be going. Maybe you'll show up at Grace United Methodist Church in Sherman, Texas. I won't be there, I'll still be here, but you'll find a great congregation there. But before we go to worship, it's necessary to kind of look inside our hearts and ask, what are we looking for? What are we hoping to find in worship? A lot of times when we go to worship, we go with an almost consumer mentality about, I hope that the preacher really speaks to me today. I hope the music is really special to me today. I hope it's in a style that I really enjoy. And all those things are important, and as worship leaders, we want you to be blessed by the things that we're doing. But that will only happen when we offer worship as a gift to God. I learned literally just this morning that worship, the ancient etymology of that word worship, is from the word praise, and that's really the function of worship. My preaching professor, Dr. Zan Holmes, always liked to say, he prays the same prayer before he preaches every time. He'll say something like, hide me behind the cross, so that what is seen and what is heard is not me, but it's you. And that's really the whole point of worship, is we're trying to be hidden behind the cross so that God is what's seen and experienced. It isn't that we come to worship to be filled up. The purpose of worship is to empty ourselves in praise. Remember, that's what the word worship means, praise, so that, and as a result of that, God then fills us. So the only way we will leave the church or whatever worship setting feeling full and blessed and excited is if we've made a great offering to God. And I don't mean just what we put in an offering plate. If the whole service is an act of worship. So whether that's here at the cathedral tomorrow or with us on the pilgrimage at Salisbury Methodist Church here in town, whether that's at Grace United Methodist Church in Sherman or wherever you worship tomorrow, go with this mentality that you are there to serve God. You're there to bless God with your prayers, with the condition of your heart. And in so doing, regardless of the style, regardless of whether the worship leader has a ponytail and the cut-up Levi's, regardless of what the setting is, you will be blessed because you will have emptied yourself before Christ. Y'all know that I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and one of my favorite movies is The Empire Strikes Back. It's that great scene where Luke is ready to go into that cave and he doesn't know what's going to be inside, and Yoda says, only what you take with you. Have that mentality when you go to worship. What you find there is only what you take with you. Take with you praise and glory for Christ, and you will receive blessing and grace upon grace. Have a great Sunday. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye.